7th of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay. Okay, so let's run through this again, and we'll see how it goes. As Hashem, we'll get it clear. We're going to start from Ravina Yavin and Zimna. Apuma de Isa, Apuma de Shivve. This is on Kufiyat base, on the base, 112b, and it's the last 4 lines of the Amud. Ravina. So we'll go to Lou to read the Gemora, please.
Okay. Another law that pertains to serving a summons. Amar Ravina. Ravina said, Yahavinan Zimna Apuma Deit Sa. We serve a summons to the mouth of a woman. Va'puma de shibve, or through the mouth of neighbors. The law is qualified. Velo amaran ella delese bimasa. But we only said where he is not in the same town as the court. Aval Isei Bimasa, but if he is in the same town as the court, lo, lo. Now I would think it would mean lo. No, we don't allow a woman or a neighbor. But the art school says we would not excommunicate him on the assumption that the woman or neighbors serve the summons. The Amrinan, but we say, Amar lo amru le. Maybe they did not convey the summons to him. The Amre Ashkechin hu Shalicha Deves Dina Va'amar Le, because they might have said to themselves that the court's messenger found him and told him. So, if he's not in town, if the defendant is not in town, then the summons can be served by a woman or a neighbor. But if he's in the same town, it can't. Then we don't act upon their testimony, the testimony of the woman or the neighbor, because the woman or the neighbor will probably assume that the court sent a shliach And so they'll think, I don't need to do anything.
Okay.
Not very clear to me.
Well,
Yeah,
the idea
what's
is if
not clear over here in this Gemora is what does it mean? The first thing that Ravina said, Yavina and Zimna. The Beis Din gives a summons a puma de Isisa on the mouth of the wife or the woman rather or the neighbor. What exactly does that refer to? I think Rashi is going to tell us the full implications of what the din of Ravina is, and the full implications of the din of Ravina are that I believe that if they come back and say, yes, we gave it to the guy and he said he's not coming, and therefore that means that we're gonna rely on them and we're gonna put him in excommunication for not listening to the Beis Din. In that case, that's all included in the words that we give a summons to a guy on the say so of a woman or the neighbor. Let's see Rashi right away. Yavin and Zimna.
Okay, let's see. We did that last time. Let me see. Yavin and Zimna. Okay, that we do a Yavin and Zimna, that we bring the summons, so to speak. So we can serve them the subpoena, the summons. Magminin ba'al bidin. They get invited, so to speak, to court, to the Beis Din, Leon Ploni the Din, on a certain day for judgment. They get a summons to appear in court at a certain day, and that's al pi isha. But why a woman can do this? Haholcha etzlo, that goes to him, according to the way, or al pi shchenev, or according to, or the mouth of witnesses, of neighbors. We rely upon them, the avdin shlichuto, and that they've done the shlichus, they've done the job. And if they don't come, machzikin, they afkaroto, they have a chazaka, but that it's hefka, who mashmitin lane, and he would be considered. They would put him in shamta. They would give him a excommunication.
Right. So that's the full implications of what does it mean that we give a summons on with an isha, meaning that if she comes and tells us that she gave it, right? So we believe her that she gave it. And number two, we believe her when she says well, over here it doesn't say that the guy says he's not going to come. If he doesn't show up, we rely on the fact that she did her shlichus, that we told her to do this. We told her to go and give it to him. And the fallout is going to be that we presume that if he didn't come, that he's defying the order of the Beis Din, and therefore we censure him for defying the order of the Beis Din, all based upon the say so of this woman or the neighbor, who's not an official agent of the Beis Din, doesn't have any particular responsibility to the Beis Din per se. So that's what Ravina is saying. So then that's step one. Step two is the Gemara says lo amram, but we don't say this ex ella delay se b'masa. We only say we don't say this unless that this Baal Din the one that we're summoning, is not in the city where the Bezdin is sending the summons. Now, that's the next Rashi. But in other words, but if he is there, but if he is if he is in the city, if he is found in the city, then lo. So then we need to understand, what does it mean, lo? What does no what does no mean? No is going to mean,
No is do it together for the Beit Din still in town to do it. You don't need the women and the neighbors if the Beit Din is in town. The Beit Din should send the shliach.
so then what case are we talking about? We're talking about if the Bezdin made a mistake and sent a woman and they're not allowed to rely on what she says in this case.
They don't have to because you have shluchas Beit Din in town. It's you have to have some way of contacting them.
Okay, so Rashi's going to answer this question. What does the lo mean over here? We're going to see we have a Rashi on the bottom of Kuf Yud Beis Amud Beis. The lay say b'masa that he's not, but if he's not in the town.
Okay, so ain auto ploni, that person akshav, that person's now not in the town. Should be based in the Beit Din is it? You'll say to his neighbors, Kiyeshuv, that where he dwells, Ploni, about Ploni, Rulo, they will say to him to come. The neighbors like to take the job of him.
So presumably the one that says we say, okay, I guess the Bezdin instructs the neighbors that when he returns, that the neighbors should inform him.
But that's not the case. The case is he's in the town. He's not in another place.
No, Rashi says she'ein also ploni achshav be'ir shebezdin bo. He's right now not there. He's on vacation. So now that's the case that the Gemora is saying. We only say that we rely on the neighbors, and even if it's a woman, where do we rely on them to say that they did the job, and therefore if he doesn't come, he's going to be in trouble. If he's leisa b'masa, that he's not in the city,
right? But if he is in the city, lo, and we're discussing what does lo mean.
Well, not yet. We didn't get there yet.
Okay.
This is Rashi. Take a look at Rashi. This is the last Rashi on the Amud. Rashi says, Ela delays v'masa. In other words, we only say that they're going to be, that we're going to accept them, and we're going to send them and accept their word when they come back and tell us that they did the job, only when the guy is leisa b'masa. He's not right now in the city. And so that in that case, if he's not right now in the city, we tell the neighbors that when he comes back, tell him that he got to come. Right? That's where we're holding right now. Then we turn the page and we have.
Can't hear you, Rabbi. You muted yourself, I think.
Okay, sorry about that. I just put down the pen and all of a sudden the computer's muted. Okay. So now we turn the page and we have a round of applause for Kuf Yud Beis Amud Beis.
Hey!
And the Gemara says, Abba, but Isa b'masa, when he is right now in the city, and the Bezdin is able to I guess send their shliach and inform him. In that case, lo, then no, then not. So now we need to know, what is this not referring to? And Rashi's going to tell us what lo is referring to.
Lo, Meshamtim, we put him in Cherem.
No, the opposite. It's a run on Rashi. Oh, Isa b'masa, lo, meaning, what's lo talking about? Lo Shamtim le. We don't put him in Shamta.
We don't put
in
him
that
Shamtim. Right. Dahana Iste, because in this needs to come the Shebela Avdei Shlucha. It doesn't, that these guys, these people, I don't know what Shavave means, it's not Avdei Shlucha. They're not doing a Shlichus.
Yeah. There's a note here. I have one very important word that makes it difficult to understand the Rashi without this word. You got to put in the word before the word dahanu. You got to put in the word the imor. The imor mean that and then you have to explain what the word imor is. Who's talking? Who's the imor? Imor. The day say. I think it was referring to Bezdin. That Bezdin will say. Dahanu isasa ushivave lo of the shlichusam. They will say that the one that they that this woman or neighbor, probably the neighbor is a woman. I think that's what it means when it lists a woman and a neighbor. It means a neighbor, even if it is a woman. This neighbor, even if it's a woman, we will say that they did not do their shlichus. In other words, they did not inform the person when he came back. Sorry. Strike that. We're talking about when he is in the city. If he is in the city, if he's currently in the city, so then we will not put him in Cherem. We won't excommunicate him for defying the Bezdin. Why? Because in that case, we will say that the neighbor did not do the shlichus. That's the reason that he didn't come. The neighbor didn't do the shlichus. In order to put him in Shamta, to censure him, we need to believe the messenger that they did their job, that they served the summons on this individual, and if he doesn't show up, so then we will presume there's a chazaka the afkarusa. There's a chazaka that he is defying the order of the Bezdin to come, but that only where we can rely on the person that he did his shlichus. So here we don't put him in Cherem in this case, because we won't say that the neighbor did their shlichus. They did not do their task of informing him, and therefore we will not put him in Cherem. Now this is in the case where this individual is presently in the city. And the Gemora explained what's the reason that we don't rely on the neighbor in this case, is because the neighbor is going to say they're going to say the Amre Ashkechinu Shlicha the Besdin the Amrle. They're going to say I don't need to inform him. The officially appointed messenger of the Besdin is certainly going to be able to find him because he is here in town. He knows where he lives. He knows his address, and he's going to go and find where he is. So they don't need me. So it's not because we don't. It's not because we don't. We're explaining why we're not relying on them in this case. Okay. Oh, Lou, you want to read the next Rashi? The Amre. That's the Rashi that on this what I just said.
Okay. Let's see. Is it in the narrow lines?
No, it's the second white line. The Amre Shlicha.
Second wide line on Kuf Yud Gimel.
Yeah.
On top.
Oh, I see it. The Amre Shlichus Devei Dina Ashkecha Va'amar Lei Ella Mishgar Inan Le Od Shalichus Acharina Bitarie. But what is Mashtarinan?
Send.
We send him more so to be a messenger, another messenger. What's Batera?
That's right, after them.
So rather we send him as an additional messenger.
We send, I think, the lay, Mishadrin and lay, we send to the person that we're trying to summon. We send to him, Shlichus, Agrina. We send him another Shlichus. We send him another Shlichus Basrei after him. In other words, what happened over here is that we assume that the reason that the person didn't come is because the neighbor did not do the shlichus that we sent them to do. Because he said, what do they need me for? Certainly the duly appointed messenger of the Besdin will be able to find him. He's right here in the city. He'll find him, and therefore I'm going to rely on him. But therefore we don't assume that the person has been informed, and so therefore. Rashi saying Oh, what is Rashi saying over here? The Amri Shlicha the Beit Dina Ashkechia Be'amala Amale Ella B'Shadrinan Le Od Shlicha Sabrina Basre. Is Rashi saying? I think what Rashi is saying here is that he's I'm a bit reticent to say this. It seems like Rashi is volunteering to say something that the Gemora is not saying, which is not a good, doesn't make so much sense to say in Rashi. It sounds like what Rashi is saying is that since the number one, we sent a neighbor. And the neighbor didn't. We assume the neighbor didn't do the job. Why not? Because what the Gemara says, he's gonna think. Let the Bezdin's agent find him. He'll certainly find him. And then Rashi is saying Ella, but rather, so we're gonna send him. We're gonna send this person a shlichus akrina. No, you know what Rashi simply, I think what Rashi's saying is, I don't know why he needs to translate it, I think the words of the Gemara are clear. Okay, I'm having trouble with this Rashi. What can I tell you? I got two ways to explain what Rashi is saying. Either Rashi is referring to the sending of the Rashi's talking about what the neighbor is saying, that the neighbor believes that the Bezdin must have sent another agent, a duly appointed agent, in addition to him, and therefore he doesn't need to do anything because the duly appointed agent is going to do it. Or I think that's the most logical thing to explain what Rashi is saying over here. Because, in other words, Rashi's clarifying that Rashi had a problem. Why is this neighbor not going to do the job over here? Why didn't he do it? Why is the Bezdin not relying on him that he did this job? And the Gemara says because he figures that the agent will find the guy, the agent of the court. But Rashi had a problem with that. What do you mean? Doesn't this neighbor know that the Bezdin appointed him, the neighbor, to do the summons, to summon this guy?
No, the question before said they only appoint him,
and therefore Rashi's explaining, that he's saying that he thinks that it must be that in addition to me, they must have also sent the official guy, and so therefore I'm really not necessary. So let the official guy do it. I'm relying. He certainly must have found him, so I don't need to bother myself today to go and to go to his door and knock on the door and tell. That's what Rashi's saying. That's what Rashi's saying. You hear? Rashi was bothered. Why is this neighbor saying this? So because doesn't he know? Rashi had a kasha. Doesn't this neighbor know that the Bezdin approached him and told him, we want you to summon this guy, and so Wouldn't if the Bezdin would tell me that, I would say, they're relying on me. I better do the job the Bezdin told me to do. So why is this guy saying, I don't have to do it because the Bezdin, their official agent is going to do it. Yeah, but so then why did they appoint you, buddy? So Rashi's bothered by that question. So he's saying that no, that in this case, the Bezdin, what this guy is thinking is that certainly the Bezdin must have appointed, in addition to him, their own agents. And so if so, he's relying on the fact that that agent will find the person and summon him to Bezdin. And so therefore he doesn't need to do the job that the Beis Din instructed him to do, and so therefore the Beis Din will not rely on him. Okay. So that's now the Gemora continues over here. The Gemora continues. Lo Amran Ella. We have another condition over here in this statement over here. Lo Amran Ella. Let's ask Alan to continue the reading. Lo Amran Ella. This is on the third line from the top of 113a.
Okay. The third below Imran, is that the one?
Right.
Below Imran, Ela, the low for leaf, Abor, the V, Dinon, where it is known that he, the person being summoned, does not pass the gates of the court on his way home. Aval or leaf, vor, to be the nor low, but if he does pass the gates of the court on his way home, we would not excommunicate him on the assumption that they serve the summons. In Ray Ash of Koha Bay Dinor Rai Lay, because they might have said to themselves that the court found him and told him.
Because he passes that way on his way home every day.
Right. And you assume that he knew because he was available.
Okay, so this is another condition in our being cautious about putting this individual who didn't show up in excommunication for not coming to Beis Din, because we're going to say, in other words, the Lo Amran means Lo Amran that we are going to rely on the say-so of that we're going to summon this person with a neighbor. We don't say that we're going to summon him with a neighbor, except where this individual does not pass by the Beis Din on his way home, because they're not gonna see him. They're not gonna be able to run out of the Beis Din and say, "Hey, you got to come to the Beis Din." But if he does go back and forth on the same street that the Beis Din is on, so then another reason why we're not going to be so quick to put this person in cherem, or if after we sent the neighbor to summon him, he doesn't show up, because we got another reason why the neighbor thought not to bother to do what the Beis Din instructed them to do. He'll say, "Ashkahu beidin of Amrle." He passes right by Beis Din every day. He goes on his way passes by, he goes back, he passes by. It's on the way. Certainly they have an opportunity, and certainly they'll be able to get in touch with him. Okay, we got a Rashi over here.
I'm going to do this Rashi, and then I have to go. This Rashi is v'lo. Don't we say ela the lo halif above that he doesn't pass by the gates of Beis Din. Ki atehu ploni, because if goes this person lebeta to his house, leisley. I mean, we don't leisley orta. There isn't the orcha the way.
Right.
Beit Din to the passing the gates of the Beis Din, Khalifa Bava the Beis Din. But if he does pass by the gates of the Beis Din, lo samichen ashvin, and we don't rely on the neighbors, the Amrei Beit Din Amrei, because they could say that the Beis Din told them. Once he's passed, you have to tell him. Okay, I gotta go. Take care.
Very good. Yashikoya, Phil. Okay. Have a good day. Okay, so then we have one more qualification. Vilo Amran. And furthermore, we have another qualification. That we qualify our statement that we're going to give the summons on the basis of the neighbor and put this individual in a censure if he doesn't show up after we instructed the neighbor to tell him. Another reason why we're not gonna put him in Shamta. Lo Amran, we continue. Lou, you want to continue? Or it's almost time. It's already 1 minute, only 1 minute left.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're done for today.
Okay. We're getting there. Bez Hashem.
Slowly but slowly.
Slowly but slowly, okay. Slowly but slowly. Okay, all the best. Have a great day.
Hi. 50 shekels, maybe?
Alan, I have not heard anything